Hi, I'm Melissa Martinez, and this is my U.S. History project on the First Amendment of the Bill of Rights. The First Amendment is the freedom of religion, speech, press, assembly, and petition. It exactly reads, Congress shall make no law respecting an establishment of religion or prohibiting the free exercise thereof, or abridging the freedom of speech or of the press, or the right of people peacefully to assemble and to petition the government for a redress of grievances. I'm just doing the part about freedom of speech and freedom of the press. It passed Congress September 25th, 1789, and it was ratified December 15th, 1791. The origin as to why this amendment was added to the Constitution is because the citizens were demanding their basic rights, and they were trying to escape the old rules that they had, like at the British, where the British are, because the British monarchy would tell them what to believe and they could say this but not that. They can write good about the king, but they can't write bad about the king. So they were just like demanding their basic rights, and that's basically where the First Amendment came from. Some examples or applications over the years would be a court case in 1931, Neer vs. Minnesota, where Minneapolis newspaper editor claims that local officials are involved with gangsters, and the local officials did not like that, so they took him to court. But the Supreme Court rejected prior restraints and ruled that the law of Minnesota that banned malicious newspapers was a violation to the freedom of the press. So the guy that wrote about them won the case. Another example would be in 1988, a rap group called NWA came out with a song that denounced the police, and they were arrested shortly after performing a song in Detroit. The Detroit Police Department arrested them, but they claimed their freedom of speech, their right of freedom of speech, but they were thrown in jail. So, another more recent case in 2007 is Morse versus Frederick, which is a high school student, Joseph Frederick. He was suspended by his principal, Deborah Morse, after the student was displaying a sign that says "Bong hits for Jesus" across the street of his school. While a rally was going on at the school, he was like displaying the sign across the street. But the court ruled that the school officials did not violate his First Amendment, and because of this restriction kind of against the First Amendment, it's called like school speech, which is like when you're at school, you can only say what the principal you can only say what's appropriate according to the school rules. Like, you can't violate the school rules, so you kind of get some of the freedom of speech taken away. But it's the freedom of speech is practiced, or the freedom of speech and press is practiced by mostly everyone every day, because we get to express our opinions in writing form and in speech form, and we don't have to feel endangered about our lives when we express our opinions. We don't be scared that we're gonna get hurt, or someone's gonna come looking for us. So it's used by mostly everyone every day. And if we did not have the First Amendment, we wouldn't be able to believe what we want to believe, or say what we want to say, or we wouldn't be able to associate peacefully in large groups. we wouldn't be able to change the rules of the government, since, like, if you were gathering to change the rules, you would probably be arrested if the First Amendment did not exist. So that's my whole video project.